have booze now, so this might be more fun, or it might grow incredibly terrible. We'll find out. I'm drinking Captain Morgan Jacko Blast, which is basically Cannon Blast, but with pumpkin spice, because it's October, and pumpkin spice will be crammed into every single one of our orifices. Oh, the Kilika beasts are so jovial, despite their families just being brutally murdered by sin. Although I must say, this Jacko Blast is amazingly palatable. You can definitely taste the pumpkin spice, but it's not overwhelming. It actually comes on the tail of the drink. I've mixed it with a bit of a Diet Shasta Cola, so it's a traditional rum and coke, which I thought might go poorly with the pumpkin spice, but you know, it tastes like a rum and coke up front, and then as it subsides, you just get a little bit of the pumpkin spice. And it doesn't taste like raw spice. It tastes, I mean, the sweetness of rum and the sweetness of cola is lending itself well to it, but it doesn't clash at all with the coke or the rum flavors. It kind of just sits there on its own, off in the corner, watching everyone have their party and contributing when it feels the need. I can genuinely recommend you try Captain Morgan Jacko Blast. It's only like 15 bucks too, so go get some. It even smells nice. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with this. I thought this would be terrible. I got it mostly for the novelty. I mean, I like Captain Morgan. I even like Cannon Blast quite a bit. Kurt and I had some in one of our earlier videos, either for Wild, I think it was for Wild Arms at some point. But Jacko Blast is new, and it's pretty good. And this is Owaka. He's kind of an asshole. I don't know what his deal is. He has a terrible haircut, a dumb hat, and dumb sandals. And he wants your money. He's wearing a vest even though he has kind of a belly.
I've no business with you. Out of me way.
Who do you think you are?
Owaka the 23rd. Merchant extraordinaire.
Owaka the who?
Don't know me? Well, not many do. Not yet.
Aw, poor Owaka.
Some people.
I didn't mean to cut that off, but she says some people can be so rude as she's lying in Bartello's arms. Because again, no innuendo between Donna and Bartello. They're just slamming.
Well, say something. You'll take responsibility.
Relax, he's bound to know someone in Luca.
And if not?
He could always join a blitz team. Anyhow, it's better than just leaving him in Besaid.
What? Just leaving him in Luca?
What do you want me to do?
Yuno wants to make him a guardian.
Oh yeah, jeez. There's that too, eh?
And whose fault is that?
I don't know, he's killed a few dozen monsters so far. He's proven himself at least as capable as any one of you. Plus, he's the only one who can kill them wolves. What are you gonna do, guys? Just bring him on the team.
I do believe your Xanarkand exists. I really do, you know?
That "you know" at the end of her sentence feels very out of place. It doesn't feel like something she would say. You know sounds like something Waka or Titus would say, but not Yuna. She's more put together than that. Assholes like me, we say "you know" at the end of sentences because it's habitual for us, and we're dumb people. Yuna doesn't strike me as a dumb person. Naive at times, but very self-assured and certainly not dumb. And there's that little asshole in the background again. I don't think I noticed how frequently he appears in these flashbacks until this playthrough.
Well, trying to follow in my footsteps, are you? I usually charge for lessons, you know. That shot is done like this.
Jack, you're so cool. You're so much cooler than our main character. I wish you were our main character. It was weird to me that they made Jack a villain in Dissidia, although I didn't play Dissidia long enough to see if he really was
You're not the
in air quotes, villain.
No one else can do it.
But in the opening cutscene, he was certainly on the bad guy's side. Oh, this fucking minigame. So, Titus has a very powerful shot that you can use a blitzball called the Jet Shot. In order to learn it, you have to accomplish this minigame. Basically, what's going to happen is text boxes are going to pop up in each corner of the screen, as well as in the center. You have to hold down the directional button that corresponds with where the prompt appears, and then hit X. See, I'm doing it right now. If you do it correctly, they'll explode, and then another one will take its place somewhere on the screen. If you get you can miss a couple of these. If you hit a certain number, then Titus successfully performs the Jet Shot, and you'll have access to this in the Blitzball tournament in about 45 minutes. If you don't get enough, Titus will eat shit right there. And then you'll have to go back on the ship later in the game and redo it in order to get the Jet Shot.
Doesn't have a name. Anyone can do it if they try.
Show us one more time, yeah?
It's really embarrassing for Titus if you miss it.
That was the Jet Shot, wasn't it?
How do you know that?
God, I have to record 6 episodes of these tonight, and I wasn't looking forward to that because it's going to be 2 to 2.5 hours. I mean, this episode is 30 minutes, you can see. But this booze is making it a lot easier.
Stupid name, huh? You know what? There is no Mark 1 or Mark 2, you know? My old man said the name...
You see right there, he opened and closed his sentence with "you know."
He said they'd come back every night expecting to see Mark 1 and Mark 2. And they really did come back. I used to get so mad. Is he alive, you think?
I don't know. But Sir Jecht was my father's guardian.
So he's famous here, too?
Yes. So, if anything happened to him, I should think word would get around fast.
Uh-huh.
What would you do?
Kiss her. Kiss him. Come on, do it. Do kisses.
I thought he died 10 years ago.
You kissless fucks.
I'd probably just smack him one. After everything...
Pow, right in the kisser.
Through. And because he was famous,
That's how a mature adult handles the problems,
Well,
Titus.
You should know, Yuna. Your father's famous, too. Everyone in Spira knows him, right? Ain't it tough?
It is hard to follow in his footsteps as a summoner.
Sure.
But the honor of having a father like him surpasses all that, I think.
Well, there wasn't much to honor about my old man. That's for sure.
What are you talking about?
You shouldn't say that about your father.
He's incredibly musky.
I got
He's
the right.
an amazing sportsman.
I guess you do.
And apparently he was a legendary guardian.
Ow!
There's everything to honor about
Move
Jacked.
again.
You chuckle fuck.
No!
Oh god, that guy just ate shit. And right before the big
My
game,
old man would come to Luca. He never did like watching other people play. But I couldn't help feeling something bad was gonna happen. And these feelings of mine are usually right. Sure,
there's a
I
kaiju
told
just
Waka I'd
swimming
help him
around
return
all
it,
willy-nilly.
but
Of course, something bad is
wasn't
going to
sure I had it in me
happen.
to play at all anymore.
It's unclear who could be playing blitzball in the background right now, considering that all the teams are only now arriving. I don't know, maybe they have like a child's league. Children who are desperately trying not to drown, because they can't hold their breath for as long as they need to yet. That's Tom Kenny, by the way. That's SpongeBob. It was bothering Kurt and I because we recognized the voice, but we couldn't place it. And then I looked it up, and oh fuck, it's SpongeBob. It's just SpongeBob doing one of his more serious voices.
Isn't that right, Jimmy?
Yes, Baba. They're going to be pulling out all the stops to try and bring back the cup this year.
Exciting, isn't it, folks? Our next team off the ramp is... Well.
God, that was a weird loading screen. Why did it need to exist?
They're a living, breathing, statistical impossibility. I've never seen a team this bad. That's right. In 23 years, they've never...
So if you watched SpongeBob, you've probably seen the first episode with Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. There's a moment when the tottering old Mermaid Man inserts his ring into that of Barnacle Boy and then announces Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy unite in his original young, youthful, boisterous voice. That's the voice that Tom Kenny is using right now. He's just not putting the heroic oomph into it.
They've got power, they've got speed, they've got teamwork.
Yeah, shit all over the Besaid Aurochs and then just jerk off the goers.
Without a doubt, they are...
I mean, they're the home team. It's hard to fault the announcer for having a bias, I suppose.
Last year, it'd take a miracle for them to lose today.
You can say that again, Jimmy. Look at the crowd, folks. Look at the crowd. Looks like all of Luca has turned out to cheer the goers on. They know, I know, and you know, folks. The Luca goers are #1.
Of course, I just realized the irony of casting one of the most accomplished modern voice actors in this incredibly small role that is the blitzball announcer in this one part of Final Fantasy X. Not to take anything away from John DiMaggio over there.
You guys are smiling now, but not for long. 'Cause this
Oh
year,
god, Titus, I hate you.
we're taking the cup.
I love Final Fantasy X, but I don't like Titus all that much.
What in Yevon's name?
And it's not about the quality of his voice acting, he just kind of grates on me. I like everyone else.
We were?
Kimari, Lulu, Yuna, Waka, Auron, Riku, just Titus. He just grates on me a bit.
Maester Micah has arrived. That's what.
Micah? Maester?
Maester Micah is the leader of all the peoples of Spira. He's come all the way from Bavel. The tournament is being held to honor his 50 years as Maester.
50 years? Shouldn't he be, retired by now?
Hey, mind your mouth now.
Let's all go
Waka was about to punch him the fuck out over that. Jesus.
Can't see a thing.
These three and their counterparts on the other side confuse me. There's no one else in the whole world like them. I don't know if they're wearing costumes or if they're just the freakiest people in all of Spira. And here is the most Final Fantasy hair in all of Final Fantasy, and that is saying, why is that guy in the background? Why does he have such an old face? Right behind Titus, look at him.
Maester Seymour?
Anyway, back to Seymour's hair. Look, how do you... You would have to lay down and then press that hair into a mold, and then the servants would need to pour some sort of adhesive into that mold, and then heat it up in order to get it to stay like that. Like he has to kiln fire his hair every morning. Just every morning. It's got to be terrible for his hair. He must use... God, his hair... His product must be some sort of rare item.
Thank you for your generous welcome. Rise, Maester Seymour. And all of you as well. I present to you the son of Maester Giskel Guado, who departed for the far plane a fortnight past.
That means he fucking died.
You already know, he has been officially ordained a Maester of Yevon.
I am Seymour Guado. I am honored to receive the title of Maester. In life, my father Giskel worked to foster friendship between man and Guado. I vow to carry on his legacy and to fulfill my duties as Maester to the best of my abilities.
And I swear I won't become the nemesis of any leading man.
You too. Bow your head.
You see, the loophole is that he didn't promise to not become the nemesis of a leading lady. Aha. That's how he gets you. Fucking Aurochs. They're such bummers that even before the game has started, before they've even played, they're already defeated.
Where's Waka?
Let the matchup draws.
We had to play the Gores in the first match last year.
I'm pretty sure that's John DiMaggio right there.
Well, we would have lost to anyone anyway.
Can walk up.
We're playing the Albed Sykes first. If we win, we're in the finals. That's right, we got seeded. 2 wins, and we're the champions.
But they never won a game. So 2 wins is still infinitely more than they've ever won.
Let's go over the basics again, boys.
Yeah, fuck all of that. For anyone watching this who doesn't know about Blitzball, and I can't imagine there are any of you, I'll discuss Blitzball as we are forced to play Blitzball. Tide is just bored, airing out his balls. His Blitzballs, if you will.
There you are.
I imagine that's what he calls them.
Said they saw Sir Orin in a cafe.
Oh my god!
Orin?
She fired that out like a machine gun.
Yes, Sir Orin. Let's go find him.
I imagine that move she does where she kind of shrugs her shoulders and puts her hands together and then hits this contrapposto is like demure dot whatever the extension for an animation is.
Hey, Waka. You're stiff, man. No, not your face. Just breathe out.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Like this. Just breathe.
That... Oh my god. Again, it's unfortunate that these are the moments that Final Fantasy X is remembered for.
Maybe now we can find Sir Jecht.
Huh? How?
And that's the problem 7 suffers from. People remember it. I mean, people remember it for a lot of other reasons, obviously. It has much more significant cultural cachet than 10 does, but you cannot talk about 7 without bringing up its graphics, which is unfortunate because there's so much more to that game than its fucking goat hoof character models.
Xanarkin could be 2 different people. I don't know why, but I knew it was the same guy. I knew it was the same Orin.
Imito Sumana. Vasikna Bund.
Hey! Albed Sykes, right? Some Albed saved me the other day, and this girl Riku gave me food, and...
And you all look exactly the same, so if you must know her. You there with your Kick-Ass gloves. Oh god, guys, remember Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2 from a few years back? And now Netflix has bought the rights to Mark Millar's comic library, the Millarverse,
Oh, and as for the first game,
which seems incredibly short-sighted since everyone's already forgotten about Kick-Ass. Way to strike while the iron is frozen and brittle, Netflix. I suppose Disney is pulling their shit from their service next year, and so they're in a desperate move to grab anything comic book related that they can. Viewer, you will also notice that this has been almost a half hour of solid cutscene. This game does have that problem in spades at times. And guess what? It's not going to abate by the end of this video. Granted, I'm not certain why, but it does pace them out much better than, say, 9 or 8 did during its bits, where you had extended moments of just cutscenes and character interaction.
you're really famous.
I hope we don't get separated.
And just immediately separated. Because Titus is like a fucking child at the grocery store. You take your hand off of them for one moment to grab the healthy cereal on the top shelf. As soon as you look back, your kid's just gone. They're just gone. And then you can haul ass through the store looking for them, sprinting down aisle after aisle. And then you find them and somehow they're just covered in juice. They just have red dye around their mouth and they're real hyper and sticky. Because children are always hyper and sticky and covered in red juice. I hate kids.
Then you just blow.
It's not working.
Practice.
Okay.
Hey, use that if we get separated. Then I'll come running, okay? Well,
If you heard a sound like air escaping, that was me attempting to mimic that form of whistling. Because I've never been able to do it, and I've always wished I could because it is incredibly loud. Kurt and I mentioned that our mothers would use that when we were kids to summon us, because hell, it just carries out over a small town like ours. It echoes over the mountains.
whoa. This is a pretty big town.
Luca is the second largest city in Spira.
I thought every town was little. You know, like Besaid and Killican.
Towns don't usually get bigger than that.
When they do, they get smashed to hell.
Because when a lot of people start to gather...
Sin?
I feel like Yuna would have a much easier time if she just took those sleeves off.
It's not any
She'd certainly be cooler, and I can't imagine taking those on, putting those on is a small ordeal.
They protect the stadium?
Blitzball is really the only entertainment that we have. Spira's a little short on fun these days.
Whoa.
Every time someone tries to build a Chuck E. Cheese's, Sin just shows up and smashes it.
That's right. Is Xanarkand like this too?
No, Xanarkin's fucking huge. We got entertainment everywhere. Robots do all the work. Really, it's nothing but entertainment and fun.
They must be so tall. Don't you ever get dizzy? Let's go find Sir Orin.
I gotta admit, this looks like a nice, cozy little bar.
Orin's not here.
Or cafe, as it were. Hey, if you're a business owner and a huge geek and you want to open up a bar or a cafe, why not just model it after this one? That'd be rad. Do it.
Why not talk, Kimari? Not see
Look at these sexy beastmen.
Say something.
In the same way that I'm convinced Jessica Rabbit is largely responsible for my generation's love of redheads, I'm convinced that these two, Biron and Yankee, are directly responsible for the current love of furries and Yif and all that. And fuck, look at these rippling beastmen.
Kimari forget Ronso friends? We taught you much.
Biron is basically a pillar man. Look at that. Look at them briefs.
Maybe taught too much.
Also, wow, Kimari, they really did make Kimari look small. That's incredible.
Take it outside. The tournament's starting, you hear?
The game.
Today, on this glorious day, players from all over Spira have assembled here.
Today on this glorious day is a terrible way to open a speech. It's a terrible sentence. Just axe out the today. Just on this glorious day. Come on. Get a copywriter, Micah. Get an editor. Get someone to... Get Seymour to proofread your speech for you.
Teams equally renowned deserve to win the cup today.
Except for one obvious team.
Let us, the spectators, play our role accordingly. Let us sing to the glory of the winners and applaud equally the valor of the defeated. Contestants, may heaven be with you.
Here we go. Oh, their machine's not nearly as good as the one Xanarkin had. Somehow it makes less sense. Ah, well. We'll be playing Blitzball in the next episode, or maybe the one after that, pretty soon.